And here were the Clippers arriving earlier, getting mentally...
Kevin, thank you.
Indeed, something special, David. Thanks. And the Clippers starting five. We've got Marcus Morris. Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Zubac in at the 5. And for Dallas, inside of the 4 and the 5, Porzingis and Powell. Hardaway is out there with Luka Doncic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3.
Well, Paul knows the defense is locked in on him, so he takes advantage and finds the open man. In OKC, Paul George showed he could be an MVP caliber performer. With Kawhi on the Clippers, he could be that 1B or that 1A.
Zubac finds George. Back to Zubac. That falls. Nice feed that time from George.
Good read from Paul George. He's very skilled at realizing when he should make these passes.
Porzingis passes to Powell. Bucket is good.
And PG, you know, he has the versatility to succeed in different roles. Doesn't have to dominate the ball.
Yes, and if anything, he's more comfortable scoring within the flow of the offense. With his all-around impact, doesn't need to force things to make winning plays. But if you need him to, he can.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Passes it to Powell. Makes it off the glass. Powell's got 6.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scores.
Now, here's George. To the inside. Leonard. It's good. And he makes his first shot of the game.
He's a bona fide star. Kawhi Leonard with the workman-like approach.
Dallas moving it around. To the paint. Here's Doncic. Back to Powell. There's the 3. It's hauled in by George. The Clippers have gone 4 of 4 to start, so a nice offensive rhythm to start here. Morris with the bucket.
And whatever coach told them coming out of the locker room, they're listening. 5 out of 5 already.
Pass to Porzingis, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Morris.
You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
Fantastic anticipation. He has active hands. Even though he doesn't come away with the turnover, he's disrupting their offensive flow.
Curry's checked in for Dallas. And the Clippers with a change here, too. Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for Zubac. The shot by George, no good.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Porzingis on the follow.
And talk about persistence. Porzingis just being a bully on the offensive glass and punishing the opposition.
Now, here is George. About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Buries it from three-point range. No doubt, Greg, you are known being a gritty, in-your-face defender. And when you think of the most hard-nosed point guards in the NBA today, who comes to mind?
For me, I think Chris Paul, I go first because this guy, one, he's a phenomenal two-way player. He'll do whatever it takes to win, even if that means pushing the envelope a little bit. Pat Beverley is another guy, just a flat-out bulldog. Marcus Smart, I think, falls into that category. Again, it's not always about being the most talented, but if you bring an edge about you, that really permeates throughout your team. So those are some guys. Drew Holiday is another guy I'd throw into that mix as well.
Yeah, they all lock in. You're right. Here's Beverley after Luka Doncic's bucket. Harrell kicks to Leonard. Goes back up from downtown. The offensive rebound. Pass to Beverley from outside the arc. And it's Leonard. That time on the assist by Beverley. Leonard's got 5 now.
Beautiful stroke. A direct result of all the hard work Leonard's put in.
Curry finds Doncic to the middle. Here's Powell. Stolen by Beverley. And now running up the court. Leonard pushing it up. Here's George. And the layup falls. 7 points in the game.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Mavericks trail by 7. Doncic passes to Pop. Back to Doncic. Stolen by Beverly. And now the Clippers on the break. Morris with the ball. George, no good.
Meeting right at the rim. He typically converts in those situations. Not this time.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
The Mavericks shooting their first free throws of the game.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line. So that's a nice all-around effort.
For three, Williams. Cauley Stein grabs the board. Right for three. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. A free-flowing first quarter. Great scoring through one. Earlier tonight, we spoke with Paul George about how they've integrated.
Everybody has a chip on their shoulder. Everybody.
Break that last point is key. This team plays lockdown defense.
And that's a big part of their identity. Most teams talk about being well-balanced. This team lives it.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Clippers, guys.
In that first period, they showed a willingness to make the extra pass.
And that's really hard on a defense, having to play deeper into the clock and having to cover a lot more ground.
Maxi Kleba is out there with Willie Cauley-Stein. Then it's Jalen Brunson. Then it's DeJuan Wright. And it's Hardaway in at the three slot. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, good evening. The Clippers were picked by many to win the title last year. Now, they didn't get it done, but Kawhi Leonard is not concerned. He said, "We've just got to keep getting better, keep fighting. It's about the right team peaking at the right time." Guys are hoping this season their talent and their fight will win out. Back to you.
We will see. Good stuff, D.A. Thanks. Clippers leading by 5. Now the Clippers moving it up. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Shamet finds Green. Back to Shamet. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And Landry Shamet out of Wichita State. Some good young guards coming out of that program.
And another one, Gia, that comes to mind, Fred VanVleet, also a former Shocker. Both he and Fred, they are knockdown shooters.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Zubats is checked in, shoots from the block. And that one goes long.
Very surprising. He gets the ball where he wants it in a decent matchup.
The shot by Williams, no good. Mavericks trail by 7. And here is Cauley-Stein. Green with the rebound. Williams against Hardaway. Green kicks to Williams. Hardaway with the steal. And there's the call on Lou Williams. That's his first foul. The Mavericks have gotten only one of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. Inside, stolen by Zubats.
Yeah, tough entry pass. You want to kick the ball down low, but you have to be crafty about how you do it.
Down low. Cauley-Stein with it. Guarded now by Jackson. It's Hardaway with the drive. Good on the shot.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Green, the pass to Jackson. Wide open, couldn't capitalize.
Woo, that's just a case of bad defense and even worse offense.
Doncic is checked in for Jalen Brunson. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Leonard's checked in. Doncic outside. In the corner, it's Kleba. There's the pass to Cauley-Stein. And Cauley-Stein throws it down.
Cauley-Stein, a tremendous athlete and a dynamic finisher.
Outside Leonard. Leans inside. That's in, and that's his 4th basket of the night. He's taken 7 shots, a solid 57%.
High offensive IQ. He makes great reads and adjustments on the fly.
That one's good, and the Clipper lead is cut to just 3 points on the basket from Doncic. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Clippers. Right side, Leonard. Outside for Jackson. Back to Leonard. Lets the 3 fly. Kleber with the rebound.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Right. Great positioning on the putback.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Jackson passes to Leonard. And Willie Cauley-Stein gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Powell, he's checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Porzingis is coming in for Maxi Kleber. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And Curry subbed in for Wright. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for Zubac. Morris comes in for Green. Paul George, he's checked in for Landry Shamet. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Jackson.
Go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, gotta chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
In a close game like this, everything has to be challenged, and everything has to be earned.
Here's Curry. Paul George making his last shot. Powell kicks to Finney-Smith. From deep three-point range, it's stolen by Morris. Porzingis with the steal. And the dunk by Powell.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
We talk about it time and time again. Turnovers are costly, especially when the game is close.
Outside Leonard. From deep. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Mavericks ahead. Thanks, David, and we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the 3rd quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back. That was a rough ride in the first quarter for Dallas. They struggled to find an offensive rhythm or come up. Thanks for joining us.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. We've seen Dwight Powell really having a great game.
Something has kicked him into gear tonight as he has done work on the offensive end.
Not someone they usually rely on to do this, but you need role guys to step up once in a while and help you out.
Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. We've got Kawhi Leonard. Marcus Morris is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's George in at the 2. He goes up again. Powell, that's good. Powell's got the lead up to 3 now for Dallas.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Here's George. Up and in with the jumper near the hoop. George has got 7. You know, Greg, you'd probably know as well as anyone, what was it like going up against the Bulls in the 90s?
You know, it's weird to say, but in a lot of ways, we were a lot like they were. Hall of Fame talent at the coach, a defensive-minded team, but the one difference was, you know, the Bulls had that guy that wore that number 23. I think I'd say that might have been the one difference.
And it's Leonard missing. And it's out of bounds to the Mavericks as Dallas retains possession. And the Clippers making a switch here. Williams is checked in. And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. To the inside. Here's Powell, and the dunk by Powell.
And how about the vision there from Doncic? Can make the easy pass and also the difficult.
Here's George. He's got 7. Ball's knocked loose. Here's Doncic. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Now it's a 7-point Maverick lead.
And it was interesting how the Dallas franchise sold its fans on Doncic. Ownership told them, think of a 6'7" Steve Nash. Isn't quite the shooter Steve was, but is only a teenager. Great vision. Well, he can really pass it, and it turns out Doncic is all of that and more.
Now Powell. Kawhi Leonard missing from long range. And the dunk by Powell.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
It's a backbreaker for your defense, giving up easy buckets like that.
And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. And even Nash himself called Doncic a dream prospect.
Yeah, it said Luka was big and mobile enough in the modern game, can guard multiple positions, has a skill set, a winning mentality, and those leadership qualities. Steve Nash sounding like a future GM.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Dwight Powell. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Maxi Kleber. Tim Hardaway Jr.'s checked in for Seth Curry. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Doncic.
You know, when you look at the MVP race each year, most of the candidates were drafted in the top 5, but somehow Kawhi lasted to number 15.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. The Mavericks have missed both of their free throws tonight, 0 for 2 so far. That one falls for Brunson. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Clippers trail by 8. Williams dishes to Leonard. It's good. Great play by Williams to set it up. Leonard's got 6 here in this quarter.
Great rhythm on the catch and shoot. Kawhi showing us what's good.
Hardaway. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. The Mavericks have split their free throws right down the middle so far. They're 2 for 2. And he knocks down the first one. Hardaway hits them both. Now here's Williams. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Pass to Jackson. Nobody near Leonard. Sinks the three-pointer.
He is starting to build up a little confidence. Hit just 1 3 in the entire first half, but he has hit 2 more since then.
Pass to Cauley Stein. 1:49 left to play in the third. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Here's Williams. Nice D from Porzingis.
Even though he missed it, this is the exact play your offense is designed to produce.
Here's Finney-Smith. Leonard against Porzingis. Here's Brunson. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Mavericks lead by 6.
And some authority on that play from Porzingis. Big man slamming it down.
And stolen by Cauley Stein. Hardaway with it. Williams picks him up. Hardaway, no good. And it's Williams with the ball for the Los Angeles Clippers. Shamet. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson.
Good vision, good decision by Reggie. Pushing for a better shot, finds an open man.
Porzingis is double. Outside Hardaway. And the layup's good off the glass. Hardaway has got 4 points now in the quarter.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Leonard on the wing, launches it. The shot will not fall. And the Mavericks going the other way now. And Porzingis, here we go. Got a piece of it. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Jackson. And some changes here for the Mavericks. Marjanovic comes in for Porzingis. And Curry subbed in for Hardaway. Morris is checked in for Los Angeles. Patrick Beverly comes in for Williams.
Nice work inside by Cauley Stein. Great tools as a finisher.
Jackson against Cauley Stein. And it's Harrell missing. Here's Curry. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
And I just love it when the fast break results in a high percentage look. Not always the case these days.
The free throw drops for Curry. Outside Jackson. Beverly for three. Sinks the triple. Beverly's got 6.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
This was obviously a focal point coming out of the break. Look smart when the shots.
The points coming in bunches as we wrap up the third quarter. It's been a good one. Mavericks ahead. They lead by 8. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. Clippers trail by 8. All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. Fourth quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. On the court for the Mavericks, we've got Luka Doncic. Powell is out there with Maxi Kleber. Then there's Seth Curry. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3, the small forward.
That's a smart move to pull up for a 3 on the break. Defenses usually pack the paint and forget to guard the outside jump shot.
Pass to Beverly. On the wing, Jackson. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. And it's George missing.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
In the dunk by Doncic.
Has the vertical needed to dunk it. Doncic showing off the power and flair that he possesses.
60 seconds off the clock here in the fourth. Beverly for 3. Powell pulls it in. Powell's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And there's the call on Montrezl Harrell. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. And the Mavericks making a change here. Jackson's checked in. And then for Los Angeles, Ivica Zubac has checked in for Montrezl Harrell. And it's Leonard in for Reggie Jackson. Wait, can you really compare players from completely different eras? I mean, people love to talk about the greatest of all time.
You know, Kev, some players do transcend eras. There's no doubt about that. Wilt's a great example, and there are many others. But in reality, to your point, the style and the way in which the game was played was so different that it isn't fair. I mean, all you can be is the best of your generation or one of the best. And I think that should stand no matter what the conversation is.
Like, there's no doubt in your mind Oscar Robertson could play in this era as well as he played when he played.
No doubt. Bill Russell, all those guys,
yes,
they're truly
yes.
great ones. So much of your ability to perform at a high level is built around your confidence and your belief in your abilities. And those guys had it as much as anybody who's ever played the game.
Up top, Leonard. Shot clock at 6. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Beverly, the pass to Leonard. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. Leonard's got 4 points now in the quarter. Doncic with it. George picks him up. Curry wide open. Again, Curry missing.
And it's still a close game. I mean, despite the fact that they've struggled to compete on the boards.
Leonard, the pass to Beverly. The pass to Zubac. It's rebounded by Dallas. Doncic has got his 4th rebound in this one. Curry kicks to Kleber. And it's out of bounds. The Mavericks able to retain possession here. A different look for Dallas. Zinkas, he's checked in for Maxi Kleber. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Jackson. Hardaway is subbed in for Curry. Here's Finney-Smith. There's the killer 2-handed slam.
Straight power, homie. I mean, he ripped it down with both hands.
Absolutely a resounding dunk. And George, here we go. Can't hit from in close. And Zubac picks up the foul. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Here's Dallas. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Doncic against Beverly. From deep. But they recover it. Out to Doncic. Here's Hardaway. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Clearly a foul.
The first one falls. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Marjanovic checked in for Dwight Powell. Willie Cauley-Stein comes in for Porzingis. Jackson, he's checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And Barea subbed in for Luka Doncic.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Mavericks.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Yeah, I think you're on point, Kevin. They got better looks, and that tends to lead to a better field goal percentage.
I mean, that can happen to anyone, but it's ugly every time it does.
Yes, getting a little ahead of himself on that play.
Here's Marjanovic. Yep, that one goes in there. And the Mavericks lead by 18.
Impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
They gave the team tremendous energy tonight. The fans were fantastic. It was a true home court advantage.
Oh, reversed it home. That was pretty.
Agreed. The agility on display. Now, here's Barea. Defense is right there. He kicks it to Jackson. Puts it up from 17. It's hauled in by the Clippers.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for Dallas. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles. Magruder passes to Shamet. Misses the three. So no problem for Dallas as they get the win. This game may not have been the most. All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.
Kevin, thanks very much.
Portland is indeed one of the great cities in the NBA. David, thank you. Here are the 5 for the Clippers. Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Leonard in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Trailblazers, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Anthony out there with Nurkic. And it's Ariza in at the small forward.
Well, if you go to Lehigh, of course, you're going to make smart plays. McCollum good at sensing when his man was going to be wide open.
And McCollum has done a lot to improve his impact on the defensive end. Very active with his hands and how he challenges shots.
Well, the blocks numbers last year jumped up a bit. That's kind of a nice indicator of what you're talking about, GA. And he just doesn't get tired. And if you can give some more on the defensive end like he's shown, it's going to help out the team. There's no stopping Melo there. Too strong for any kind of defense. It's going to take a bit more than that.
Here's George. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Right side Leonard. Morris passes to George. That's basket number 2 with his 3rd shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
Just tough shots just don't bother Paul George. So smooth with it when he gets into his motion.
And then Lillard slams it in.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. Lillard outside. McCollum outside. Lillard against Leonard. Count it.
And that's another basket for them. They have really come out blazing here in the first.
Leonard with the ball. Now Anthony defending. Nobody near Leonard. And a little luck that time, but it drops.
Oh, no. Just don't let him get his feet set. Leonard has become a deadeye on the catch-and-shoot opportunities.
And the pass to Nurkic. Leonard brings the double team. And a wide open look for McCollum. Here's Nurkic. Kicks it out to Lillard. A second chance effort. Back to Nurkic. Lillard finds Nurkic. Goes up with it again. And oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. And here we go with Morris running it up the court. And there's George. That's good on the assist by Morris. George has got 6. Greg, we have a league of many great playmakers, don't we?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. LeBron James is obvious. You know, he played point guard technically for the first time last season, but he's always been a floor general. You look at a young man like Ja Morant, and he's been on the attack since day one when he hit the league. And there's so many more of those guys that are having an impact, understanding the value of that lead guard position. It is fun to watch.
It is so fun to watch. I agree. Here's Ariza after the made shot from Carmelo Anthony. That shot wide open. McCollum's got his second bucket.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Oh, man. Fans love that. Listen to that. I love that sound in the arena. Well, not only looking at Paul George get up, look at the guys on the bench loving it from PG.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
The Trailblazers shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one. First free throw is good.
It's just been interesting how it is that Ariza keeps getting on teams, and then the same thing is said about him, about a championship presence, a veteran leader, and still plays some very solid defense at the wing.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. Now here's Jackson. Here's Williams. 2 points. That one goes.
That's the efficiency you want to see from Jackson, using his poise and vision to make a play.
Here's Ariza. Hood, the pass to Whiteside. Count the basket.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
It's Jackson with the drive. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
That's a smart play Jackson will keep going back to. He knows he'll make it to the rim, get fouled, or maybe both.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. Little, he's checked in for Trevor Ariza. Both free throws good from Jackson.
And Rodney Hood, not a big name player, Bones, but he's earned a ton of minutes wherever he's played over the course of his career.
A lot of people just really happy for Rodney Hood that he can continue his career coming back from a torn Achilles, and that's no easy task. So for him to just be back out on the floor and contributing in any way is a great sign.
Whiteside, good.
Get out your wedge. Chip shot there from Whiteside, and that's a reason why his field goal percentage is always as high as it is in any given year.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Outside Williams. On the wing, Jackson. Just 5 to shoot. Comes up empty down low.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Carmelo Anthony getting it done for the Portland Trail Blazers. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. Right back after this break. Well, before the game, we talked with Damian Lillard. He credits his upbringing when it comes to developing his leadership skills.
I think it comes from the...
And that's the kind of support, Greg, he gives his teammates on and off the floor.
And, you know, guys naturally trust him. They believe in him, and he typically comes through when they need him.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. What stands out to you guys from the Trailblazers so far in this one?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Yeah, you don't see that all that often, getting down there and doing that much damage in a quarter. You got to respect the game plan.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the court right now for the Trailblazers, we've got Rodney Hood. Collins is out there with Little. Then there's Whiteside, and it's Trent in at the 1 spot.
Well, when he gets into a groove at the free throw line, it doesn't just last for tonight. This might be 2 weeks, 2 months, something like that.
And it's Whiteside off the drive. Here's Collins, and finished off by Collins.
Look, I know everybody wants to play point guard, but when Whiteside starts to do it, look out.
Williams dishes to Green. Hood against Williams. Here's Jackson, and Whiteside sends it back. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Whiteside. We have got to see that sensational mobile 1 block again.
And guys, that's about as good a defensive play as you'll see. Instant reaction to get a hand to the shot.
And we're starting the second quarter, about a minute gone. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Harrell kicks to Jackson. They get it again. Second chance shot.
That's pretty good defense from Rodney Hood. Just great position and used his length to distract the shooter.
And some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Here's Collins. Great D that time from Green. And here's Green. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. They trail by 11. Right wing. Harrell, the pass to Shamet. Harrell down low. Goodbye Hood, and it goes down 2 points. Harrell's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Clippers. Outside Hood. Now Little. No points in the game yet for him. By Harrell. Second shot opportunity. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. And now here comes Williams leading the break. Can't connect from short range. Trailblazers leading by 9. Pushing it up. Trent gets the bucket.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Yeah, he's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
Jackson kicks to Harrell. Count that one.
He gets really excited about finishing through contact.
Well, you know, teams look for +6s, players whose wingspans exceed their height by a half foot. Montrezl Harrell is a 6'7" player with a 7'4" wingspan. If you're struggling with the math, ladies and gentlemen, that's a +9. And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for one. So Portland ends up going with the new group. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Morris is checked in for Green. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Landry Shamet. Paul George, he's checked in for Williams. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Reggie Jackson. And between his length and his athleticism, Montrezl Harrell well-suited for that role of small ball center, Greg, in today's NBA.
Yeah, I mean, he's fearless. Even giving up a few pounds, a few inches, he'll go right at you and making steady improvements as a rebounder year over year.
George against McCollum. And it'll go. And the Blazer lead is cut down now to just 10 points with that basket from George. Kicks it out to McCollum. Inside, Nurkic, and finished off by Nurkic.
Nurkic around there, big and right on top of the cylinder.
Here's Morris, and Morris throws it down.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
You have to credit the aggressiveness offensively because that's when you make a play when you really need it.
Ariza with the bucket.
A strong finisher around the rim. Ariza with the size to do some damage.
That one's in there, and the Portland lead is cut back down to 10 with the basket from Harrell.
It took a little bit of time, but now he's taking the pen off the cap and putting his mark on this game.
Basket good.
Feels like the other four guys have disappeared at this point. He wants to be the one to get them back.
Ariza, right side. And Lillard kicks to Anthony. McCollum outside. Anthony against Morris. The putback, it's good on the putback. And the Trailblazers lead by 10.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Nice break. Here come the Trailblazers. And so it's the Portland Trailblazers going into the break with a 10-point lead. They're shooting the ball so well.
Carmelo, looked like the offense was really working there. How were you guys able to get things going so well?
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following
the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K Sports, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet. A fantastic first quarter from Carmelo Anthony. He had 10 points, and he doesn't get talked about that much, but Jusuf Nurkic, big part of what this team does. Kenny, just how much does a guy like Nurkic impact the game?
What?
And that's going to...
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. You know, guys, Montrezl Harrell has been exceptional here.
Yeah, and early on, he has been feasting in the paint, and you have to think they're going to keep feeding the big fella.
Oh, man, pouring it on right now, and why wouldn't you?
So for the Clippers right now, Montrezl Harrell is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's George in at the two-guard position.
And Nurkic seeing an opportunity there to make the impact defensively with the block.
And Lillard throws it down.
Another reminder that Damian Lillard can be explosive, and we love it.
To the middle, here's Harrell, and Harrell slams it in.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. Here's Anthony. Oh, and the jam by Anthony.
Melo showing that he's still got it down there, gets enough space to get up and get to the rim.
And the versatility of Paul George's game, elite defense and rebounding, steals and deflections.
When you think about Paul George moving to several teams, yet still having the impact on both ends of the floor, I think that is a telltale sign that you have an elite talent in Paul George. When you're a veteran player like Paul George, you understand that even 24 seconds is a long time. Great patience to wait for that play.
Here's Leonard, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Traditionally, that's how you want to finish the break, right at the rim.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
A different look now for Portland. Whiteside's checked in for Nurkic, and it's Little in for Trevor Ariza. Morris is checked in for Los Angeles. Williams comes in for George. Lillard misses.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Williams passes to Zubac. Morris inside, covered by Lillard. It's good. Zubac has got 6 in the quarter.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
McCollum finds Whiteside. Outside Anthony. McCollum with the ball. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And McCollum on the floor, all business. Off the court, he's a very outspoken player, very colorful guy. And Greg, you were saying you see a future in media for him when he stops playing.
No doubt about it, Kevin. I mean, McCollum spoke up quickly about the seriousness of the virus when they were playing. He's very knowledgeable and shares what's on his mind. A media position after he's done playing is a very real possibility if he chooses to.
Landry Shamet's checked in for the Clippers. Jackson comes in for Patrick Beverly. And stolen by Williams. And here again, Los Angeles in transition. Up the court they go.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
The Clippers have made 3 free throws so far. Haven't missed any.
And last season, as a team, they knocked down 79% of their free throws. So those are numbers you'll be happy with.
And the foul called on Marcus Morris. That is his first foul of the game. And Portland making a change here. Ariza's checked in.
Nice to see Rodney Hood rise up.
A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. To the paint, it's stolen by Ariza. One-on-one here. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Here's Trent. Ariza, right side. McCollum, left side. Here's Whiteside. Morris with the block.
And a rare block shot from Morris. Anticipates the move and just times it out perfectly.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
Greg, as a young player, one of your mentors was Patrick Ewing. How valuable was that to have that kind of guy tutoring you, mentoring you as you were just getting in the NBA?
I tell you, he was the consummate professional and really an incredible leader by example. This guy spent infinite amount of hours in the gym in the offseason honing his craft, first on the floor, last to leave it throughout his professional career, and that's something he had in common with all the truly greats who've ever played the game.
1:37 left to play here in the third. Shamet on the wing. Pass to Morris. Tries again. Rejected by Nurkic. And he recovers it. Clock at 4. Here's Jackson. Well, it was only a matter of time, but they finally get the bucket. Jackson's got 6 points. And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession. Carmelo Anthony, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. Harrell, he's checked in for the Clippers. Paul George comes in for Lou Williams. Clippers trail by 5. Jackson passes to Harrell. Back to Jackson. On the wing, George. And there's the feed to Harold. George, no good. We'll see if they want to trade 2 for 1 here.
Got to time up that clock to do so.
That one's not going to go. So the Clippers will take it the other way. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to be on Jusuf Nurkic.
Yeah, I think you've got to be cautious when you guard Paul George. He's not afraid of the contact, and that time welcomed it.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Lillard's checked in, and then for Los Angeles, Kawhi Leonard's checked in for Marcus Morris, and it's Patrick Beverley in for Landry Shamet. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Nurkic finds McCollum. Lillard looking around, and stolen by Harrell. And here we go. Fast break. Beverly's got it. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Paul George does a great job changing speeds right there, and that's a huge part of his athleticism. Takes it strong to the cup and just daring a defender to come at him.
And both free throws good for Paul George. 9 seconds left in the 3rd quarter of the game. Here's Anthony, and it's Anthony with the jam.
Melo sees the space, Melo gets to the space, and Melo scores. One of the more skilled offensive players that is on the floor here tonight. Not an easy fella to hold in check.
And we've reached the end of the 3rd quarter. Just a terrific game so far. The Trailblazers lead by 1. From Portland, we're back in a moment. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game. And it's presented as always by State Farm.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
The coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
We've reached the 4th quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Trevor Ariza out there with Anthony, and it's Nurkic in at the center filling out the middle. That's the group on the floor for Portland. And so he hits the technical free throw.
And one thing that I don't think Dame Lillard gets enough recognition for, he's an absolutely fantastic leader for this team. The exact kind of captain you would want.
Dame Lillard doesn't do anything with regards to making excuses for some of the reasons why the team may come up short. All he's concerned with is how can we get better. That's the kind of leader you can get behind.
And McCollum launches it from deep. Lillard. And it's Lillard on the follow. And the Trailblazers lead by 2.
Great at using his body and finding his feet in positions on the boards where he can get up, get to it, get an extra possession.
They grab their own miss. A 3 from Leonard. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. They've held a 12-point lead early. To take the lead. And Damian Lillard pulls it down. And it's Anthony with the ball for the Portland Trailblazers. It's blocked.
Can't be lazy around Patrick Beverley. He's going to get you down low with hands. That time, he blocks a shot.
Anthony in the corner. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Just a level of power and explosiveness. Leonard just tenacious at the rim.
Ariza kicks to McCollum. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
C.J. McCollum at the line for 2.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in air. So they have the turning break to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Kicks it out to McCollum. Bangs home the trifecta. And the Trailblazers lead by 3.
Trying more and more to utilize the three-pointer. It's a good idea. That's his second 3 of the game. 1 in each half.
Fast break. Here we go. Portland moving the ball around. And it's out of bounds to Portland. A retained possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
And the Trailblazers making a change here. Trent's checked in. And then for Los Angeles, Ivica Zubac has checked in for Harrell. And it's Williams in for Patrick Beverly.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And now the fast break. George with the ball. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. 16 points for Paul George.
Go ahead and lead him, Paul George. Stepping up, huge shot at this moment in the game.
Nurkic can't hit. LA has gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. Leonard the pass to Morris. Oh, and they take the lead.
Important points from Morris. And when he's feeling it, he'll step up and take control.
And then Lillard slams it in.
And that is what you need in big moments. Lillard's a strong leader with competitive drive. Bingo.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter. Oh, that's blocked. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Hits. Got that one from Nurkic.
Clutch bucket by Nurkic on that possession. They needed that one.
Here's George. Another shot. And that's 2 points on the layup. George has got 4 points this quarter.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Yeah, you just can't afford to give up second chance opportunities again and again.
Trent passes to Lillard. There's Nurkic. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
I mean, this is a battle-tested young player. Leonard's willing to put the team on his back when they really need a bucket.
And finished off by Nurkic.
And some hang time on the rim. Puts a little cherry on the top of that slam.
Well, those kind of displays of strength can get one team rolling. Count that bucket.
And that's a clutch bucket by Morris, showing the team they can count on him down the stretch.
Here's Trent, and there's the pass to Nurkic. Back to Anthony. Fires the 3. It's hauled in by George.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Second chance shot. That shot is off. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Guys, they're not going to be in any rush on this possession.
Not with the lead. Now's the time to burn some clock.
Here's Leonard.
That is world class.
Love seeing that there. A huge possession, and he nets it.
A 3 and nothing but a 3 will do here.
Nah, this is all from the perimeter and outside the arc here.
Nurkic finds Lillard. Out to the wing. Down low. Over to the wing. Here's Ariza. Offline. So it's the Clippers taking the win in a close one. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory. David, thank you as always. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry. traffic in New York City making. And as things get ready to roll, let's catch up.
Hey, Kevin. Well,
it does indeed. Thanks, David. Here are the 5 for the Clippers. Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's George in at the shooting guard. And looking at the Nets, Durant plays the 4 with Allen at center. Then there's Karis LeVert. Then it's Kyrie Irving. And it's Dinwiddie in at the 2-guard spot. 2 terrific defenses tonight, Greg. They do it in a variety of ways. It's been hard for either team to score.
You know, strong on ball, in help, in transition, and both coaches doing such a great job of making the adjustments. And listen, the reality is defense still can be a factor in determining who wins and who loses.
And we're seeing it right before our eyes. Oh, Morris in position. The pass to Zubac. Dinwiddie against George.
Not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
And then Durant with the jam.
Boy, a dynamic wing with freakish length. Durant is the ideal alley-oop target.
George against Dinwiddie. Here's George. Passes it to Zubac. Back to George. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
Taking advantage of that length inside, George has the size and touch to score with ease from there.
Here's KD. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
And Kevin Durant, one of the greatest scorers to ever play. Not the most prolific scorer, but perhaps the most talented. He's dangerous from any part of the floor.
Greg, as scores go, Kevin Durant's as efficient as any.
I mean, Durant has an insane field goal percentage for the shots that he takes. I mean, when you factor in how many threes he puts up, it gets even more impressive. Durant takes so many shots where he's covered and is still efficient. It's just mind-blowing.
Dinwiddie dishes to Irving. LeVert from outside. And the Nets miss again. Clippers have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. And George, here we go.
Boy, George so long in all limbs, arms and legs. And he covers a lot of space in short bursts of time because of it.
Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. And the rejection by Leonard. That falls. Nice feed that time from George.
And it's good to see George concentrate on getting the ball to the open man. Excellent floor awareness.
Irving looking over the floor. Here's KD. And, yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. KD's got 5 now.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Now, here is George. That one falls. 1:52 left to play in the first. Outside Irving. Off target with the open look.
Wide open, and still, surprisingly, he wasn't able to cash in.
A big group substitution here for Brooklyn. Jordan, he's checked in for Jared Allen. Taurean Prince comes in for Kevin Durant. Harris is checked in for Karis LeVert. And Luwawu subbed in for Dinwiddie. And then for Los Angeles, Montrezl Harrell comes in for Ivica Zubac. And it's Williams in for George.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Very high percentage so far, and if you want to start a game hot, that's the way to do it.
Now, here is Irving. He's still scoreless so far in this one.
He's trying to get it going offensively, but right now, just 1 of 4 to start.
Williams kicks to Leonard. Pass to Beverley. Back to Leonard. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. He has 6.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
And how? I mean, they're taking this defense to task, taking them to school. Every one of their last 10 points have come in the paint.
Here's Llewellyn. Irving for 3. They get the rebound. Kicks it out to Prince. Outside Irving. Over Williams. No good from Irving.
Well, you know he wants that one back. I mean, more often than not, he'll sink that mid-range jumper.
And now the fast break. Irving with the ball. And there's Jordan. That's good on the assist by Irving.
Well, his IQ is one of the best in the league. Irving has a great feel for when his teammates are open.
Williams passes to Harrell. Leonard on the wing. And he converts the layup. Leonard's got 8.
And he's got the athleticism and strength to be a powerful presence inside. Leonard never afraid to get in and mix it up down low.
Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for Los Angeles. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. And earlier we spoke with Kevin Durant about surviving the grind of an NBA season.
How can we be the best version of ourselves?
Well, Durant may not be the in-your-face type of player, Greg, but he gets the message across for sure.
He's not going to yell at you. He's going to show you how it's done and expect that you're as committed to winning as he is.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. In a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Clippers.
You know, guys, we've really seen them do a lot of damage in the paint so far.
And also like the attack off the bounce. I mean, they're taking the initiative here in terms of getting into the lane and forcing the defense to collapse.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. Montrezl Harrell is out there with Green. Then it's Williams. Then there's Landry Shamet. And it's Jackson in at the 1 spot.
You can't allow Irving that look. You just can't give him that. He's too talented a player.
Williams kicks to Shamet. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. Back to Green. Outside Williams. Pass to Jackson. 5 to shoot. Unloads from 13. Not enough on that one as it misses.
And the D does just enough to throw off his rhythm on that shot.
On the way, Harris. Outside Irving. Prince outside. Back to Irving. For 3, Harris. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. And Joe Harris, the lethal shooter, he can also be a threat in the pick-and-roll game.
Yeah, Harris does a great job reading what a defense is giving. He's more than just a catch-and-shoot type of player. Harris can hit shots on the move and isn't afraid to go at defenders.
Feeds it to Harrell. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
Greg, did you know when you were playing that you'd eventually want to call games, be in the broadcast table?
Kevin, no idea. I didn't have any clue. And quite honestly, didn't really think that there was a career that one could have in terms of broadcasting. You know, because cable was just kind of coming on as I was.
And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And George is very capable at knocking down difficult shots. I mean, because of his size and stroke and ball handling and his added strength, he's able to shoot over good defense and knock them down.
Here's KD. Misses off the left iron. Clippers leading by 4. Inside. To the inside. Here's Zubac, and it's in there.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
And so it's Dinwiddie who brings up the ball for the Brooklyn Nets. Only giving up 6 here in this quarter. Jackson against LeVert. Allen outside. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Well, I like this young man, Jared Allen. He's still working to find consistency in his offensive game. He's a really good leaper and finishes at the rim, protects the rim. But his strength right now, which will always be his strength, I think, is his defense. He's outstanding at that end of the floor.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Marcus Morris is checked in for Green. Leonard comes in for Landry Shamet. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Jackson. Zubac in the post. Defended by Allen. Near the three-point line, it's Morris. And nothing but hair on that one.
And Clark, with Allen, he's still young, and the comfort on offense has yet to really find him.
Yeah, and you know what? I think he's really scratching the surface there, Greg. I mean, this kid he only played 1 year in college. He's shown you that he can defend at a high level. And he looks like he's a worker, so I think his offensive game will ultimately catch up with his defense.
Zubac against Allen. Zubac the pass to George.
And a great first quarter for him, but he seems to be slowing down here in the second.
And there's KD. That's good on the assist by Allen. KD's got it all tied up now for Brooklyn. 35 seconds left in the first half of basketball. And that one's good. George.
Just make sure you keep getting him touches. I mean, you love what he's doing at the offensive end. Don't go away from it.
Dinwiddie against Beverley. Allen right side. It's tipped. Dinwiddie kicks to LeVert. Outside Durant. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. KD's got 6 in the quarter.
Well, I love the speed that Durant has. I mean, fantastic at slashing into the paint and scoring right at the rim. That length of stride of his and his speed, lethal combination.
And so it's tied as we head to halftime. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. They were in a 7-point hole at one. Thanks for joining.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. It's been one outstanding game from George.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of.
Durant plays the 4 with Allen at center. Then there's Karis LeVert. Then there's Irving. And it's Dinwiddie in at the shooting guard position. So that's the Nets 5. Here's George. Kyrie Irving with the rebound. Nets shooting pretty good tonight at 48%. Here's LeVert. Banked in off the glass. LeVert's got the lead up to 2 now for Brooklyn.
What a tough make that was by LeVert. Refused to be denied and great concentration.
Beverley against Irving. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to be on Kyrie Irving. You know, you grew up with aspirations of someday getting into politics. Any current players who you could see maybe taking that same route?
No doubt. There's several guys in today's game. You know, Harrison Barnes has the polish, and I know he's had some thoughts that maybe going in that direction. Teammates nicknamed Malcolm Brogdon the president for his stately demeanor and commitment to affecting change. I absolutely see him trying to have an impact socially moving forward. There's several guys, again, who not only have the voice, but the courage to speak out about things that matter most to them.
Many sharp guys in the NBA.
No question he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
You know, there are differing opinions as to who the best defensive player in the league is, but no matter what, Kawhi is always in the discussion.
The Nets making a switch here. Prince is checked in. Landry Shamet's checked in for Los Angeles. Irving with it. Leonard picks him up. A shot's good from Irving.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
And I say, hey, if it keeps working, go to it. Stay with it. I mean, until the defense responds and provides more resistance, keep making them pay.
Yes, that goes in.
Yeah, and for mid-range, Leonard's jump shot is money. It doesn't matter if it's off the dribble or catch and shoot. He never loses his touch.
Irving passes to Jordan. Back to Irving. It's stolen by Morris. Now the Clippers moving it up. Leonard's got the ball. Dishes it to Williams. Lets it go from deep. Brooklyn with the rebound. Jordan's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Durant, and the jam by Kevin Durant.
Well, that's good work by Prince there, spotting the open man and then putting the ball on target on time right in the shooting pocket.
And without a doubt, Taurean Prince comes in looking for his shot. At times, however, he can have tunnel vision.
You know, Greg, it's funny you say that because I like to think of it more as selective seeing, and he wants to see the basket more than he sees his teammates. But that's not all bad for a guy like Prince. I mean, you know, some teams actually need a player who's aggressively looking to score at all times. And I think ultimately, though, it'll limit his usage if he can't become a better distributor of the ball as well.
Count that one.
Guys, not much more a defender can do in that situation. Harrell with the focus and the strength to just power through the contact.
Irving kicks to KD. Back to Irving. Outside Durant. And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That is his first foul of the game. The Nets shooting their 5th free throw of the game here.
And they were 75% from the line a season ago.
Free throw good, Jordan.
You know, at this stage of his career, Jordan not only knows his role, but thoroughly and fully embraces it. He's out there to provide energy and hustle on defense and on the glass.
Joe Harris is checked in for Luwawu.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Now, here's Shamet. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Green kicks to Harrell. And stolen by Jordan. Outside Durant. And KD throws it down.
Durant's ability to score in a lot of different ways is huge. And he makes it look easy.
The pass to Harrell. Here's Shamet. And he banks in the layup. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Harris outside. Passes to Irving. From 15 feet away. Again, the Nets for 2.
And a lot of teams avoid the mid-range jumper, but they seem to be using it well.
I love that mid-range shot. It's definitely given the defender something extra to think about.
Irving against Jackson, and stolen by Kyrie Irving. Shamet with the steal, and the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back.
That's 2 really unproductive trips in a row, ending in turnover.
Some changes for Brooklyn. Jared Allen's checked in for DeAndre Jordan, and Karis LeVert subbed in for Kevin Durant. And then for the Clippers, Zubats is checked in for Jermichael Green. Paul George comes in for Landry Shamet. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Lou Williams.
Possessing great mobility at his size, Harrell runs the floor like a deer. That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
You know, those kinds of plays can be difference makers, game changers.
And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call.
3 quarters of play in a close game here. It's the Nets up 2. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K Sports. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
It sure is. I mean, he's a maestro. Great vision, terrific IQ, everything you want in a point guard.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got, we've got Kawhi Leonard, Patrick Beverly out there with Paul George. Then it's Marcus Morris, and it's Zubats in at the 5. 6 to shoot. Here's George, and George with the stuff.
Boy, how about the deceptive strength of George, fending off the defense exceedingly well there and taking the ball strong to the rack.
Harris passes to LeVert. Out to the right wing. Dinwiddie kicks to LeVert. The Nets need to get a shot off here. And that one drops. And the Nets lead by 2.
Boy, LeVert showing you his unselfishness there. I mean, if you're open, he loves getting you the ball.
Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute play. Off the mark for the 4th time this game. He is 7 for 11 now. The net shooting certainly a key for them in this one. 55% from the field. Prince dishes to Allen. Back to Prince. Lets it go with a 3. The Clippers grab the miss, and the foul called on Jared Allen. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Durant's checked in for the Nets. Kyrie Irving comes in for Harris. Pass to George. Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. Excellent D there from Allen. Here's Durant. Allen controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Allen's got the lead up to 4 now for Brooklyn.
Well, I tell you, this guy just does not quit on the boards. His energy is contagious, especially on the offensive glass.
George against Dinwiddie. Zubats the pass to Beverly. Lays it up and banks it in.
Oh, they own the interior right now. 10 straight points coming from inside.
Well, constantly finding lanes to the basket, getting great looks inside.
George against Irving. Allen trying to break free, and Irving gets it to go on the assist by Allen.
Yeah, you know, you got to appreciate the speed of Kyrie Irving. I mean, incredible at finding different ways to get to the basket, and he is not afraid of anybody.
George against Dinwiddie. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a 3-point play. It's on Jared Allen.
Hey, when you got a player like George, in these moments, you turn to him. He knows how to deliver in the clutch.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Williams is checked in.
And he doesn't let the pressure get to him. Cool and confident from the line.
Irving kicks to LeVert. Dinwiddie left side. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Taken away by Williams. And now it's Leonard running. Here we go. All the way. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
And guys, that's the man you want with the ball in his hands on that critical possession. Kawhi being his best in the biggest moment.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Morris with the bucket.
Yeah, important points from Morris. And when he's feeling it, he'll step up and take control.
Outside, KD. Over Morris. Irving attacking. And the rejection by Zubac. Stolen by LeVert. They need this. It's good, and the Clipper lead is cut down to just one on the basket from Allen.
That's one of the areas he's really improved. Durant's passing abilities have grown as his years in the league have grown.
George passes to Leonard. Zubac kicks to George. In for another field goal. A sublime 9 of 14 on the night.
Hey, you know that George is going to take the shot when the game is up for grabs. I mean, that's who he is, and that's what's expected of him. He's an exceptional decision maker in these situations, which makes it even more obvious.
You can't get that one. Good work defensively by Morris. Dinwiddie against George. No good with the layup. This could be a turning point.
Critical possession right here.
And then Durant with the dunk.
Somebody lit a fire under Kevin Durant.
And it's Williams with the ball for the Clippers. They lead by 1. Pass to Zubac. Back to Williams. Now the pass to George. The shot comes out. And they're in position to take the lead.
And how big would a bucket be at this stage of the game?
Irving's got him falling right now, that's for sure.
And the Clippers call time here. They're behind by 1. 11 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what do you think?
Yeah, always intriguing to see what a coach draws up in this situation.
And we call those ATOs, or plays run after a timeout. They often make the difference in a game.
And now, a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Kyrie Irving.
And to me, the best part of his game has been the work he's done inside. I mean, slashing, driving the lane, attacking the basket at every chance. When he's had an opening, he's taken it.
Boy, he's playing out of his head, nailing everything. And the defense is scrambling to try to stop him right now, and so far, no go.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. They trail by 1. 1 second left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
And they've got enough time left to get a good look. It's got to be quick, but doesn't have to be a heave. You can still catch, turn, and shoot. They've got one shot at it here, obviously. It's a make-or-break situation.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg... There it is, the Staples Center in Los Angeles. Now it's ended.
Good evening, Kevin.
What a story. David, thank you. Now a look at Dallas's starting lineup. Inside of the 4 and the 5, Porzingis and Powell. Doncic out there with Hardaway. And it's Marjanovic in at the 3 spot. And for Los Angeles, Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Morris in at the 4 spot. Now here is George. Deep benches tonight, Greg, on both sides. This seems to be a growing trend. Oh, wow!
Now, Paul George is an exceptional athlete and demonstrating his insane dunking skills there. Get this guy in the dunk competition.
And the dunk by Powell.
Well, what he lacks in size for a typical center, he makes up for with all that athleticism. Boy, can he elevate.
George looking around. Passes it to Zubac. 6 on the shot clock. Leonard against Marjanovic. Great positioning on the putback.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Marjanovic finds Porzingis. Back to Marjanovic. On the wing, Hardaway. George against Doncic. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
And Doncic was part of a draft day trade that so far seems to have worked out pretty well for both teams.
That's exactly right. Doncic, Greg, was selected by Atlanta with the 3rd pick. He was then quickly shipped to Dallas for the 5th overall pick, which turned into Trae Young, plus a future pick. Neither of these young men wasted any time putting their stamp on the NBA. I do think their futures will always be discussed in connection with the other.
The Clippers shooting their first foul shot of the game.
Yeah, and 79% from the line as a team a season ago. Pretty reliable in that regard.
And here in the first, closing in on 2 minutes play. A nice shot by George.
Well, the 3 ball has become one of the best attributes that Paul George brings to the table. Great form, great touch.
Pass to Marjanovic. And it's sent back by Leonard. And it's out of bounds. And they say it was last touched by Leonard. Marjanovic against Leonard. From inside. And the nice bucket inside from Marjanovic. The Clippers have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Now, here's George. He has 5. Clock at 6. Count it.
This is one of Paul George's go-to shots. His confidence and ability to rise and fire quickly from the mid-range, crucial.
Doncic looking it over. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
This is his 2nd trip to the line in this one.
Well, Luka Doncic, from the moment he stepped between the lines in the NBA, has flashed incredible potential and skill.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Harrell, he's checked in for Zubac. Green comes in for Marcus Morris. Landry Shamit's checked in for George. Lou Williams is subbed in for Patrick Beverley. Williams kicks to Leonard. Back to Williams. Shoots over Doncic. Bank shot. No good.
Well, if the defense gives him that shot next time, they could get burned. I think he's just a little bit out of rhythm.
For Los Angeles, they've gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter.
Well, speed, intelligence, touch. Kawhi Leonard has it all.
Mavericks trail by 4. Doncic outside. Porzingis with the ball. Williams picks him up. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. And the Clippers making a change here. Jackson's checked in. And then for Dallas, Wright comes in for Porzingis. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Doncic. Curry against Williams. Back to Jackson. And closing the shot, even with the foul. Now the 2 free throws.
And how about the confidence right now from Jackson? Not bashful at attacking and drawing attention from there.
1:22 left in the first quarter. Brunson against Jackson. Curry on the wing. And that'll be Dallas as it goes out of bounds. Mavericks retain possession.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And offensively, a little bit of a careless toss. You could have used a better angle on that pass.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
A guy who just continues to earn more minutes. You know, Finney-Smith is tough, and Greg, he is effective.
He seems to become a better rebounder every year. More efficient. He'll take charges, commits hard fouls. And I don't think we've seen his ceiling. Finney-Smith is a guy you can win with.
It's tipped. Now Harrell still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Yep, that one goes.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Here's Curry. Shot goes down. Very quick possession right there.
Well, you know that Seth Curry will be aggressive regardless of where he is on the floor. Nice look inside there.
Now, here's Shamet. He's tightly guarded. Shot from free throw range. Green, the pass to Shamet. Stolen by Brunson. And it's the Mavericks on the break. Here's Wright. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That's on Lou Williams.
What you appreciate about DeLon Wright is he knows his role, and he's willing to star in his role. And the other part about it is he's been committed to his own development.
Jackson, that's a 2-pointer. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And that concludes a back-and-forth high-scoring. Recently, we spoke with Patrick Beverley about his throwback style.
Old school basketball, to be honest.
Now, pound for pound, Greg, Beverley may be the most physical player in the league.
And he also gets in your head. It's a combination that allows him to get stops against guys as big as Kevin Durant.
And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
Playing inside out in that first quarter led to some high percentage shots in the paint.
It is great when you can get that established early, because to me it opens up every other aspect of your game.
They've got Harrell. JaMychal Green is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Williams. And it's Jackson in at the point guard. They're the group out there for the Clippers starting the second quarter. Paul George is checked in for Los Angeles. Patrick Beverley comes in for Lou Williams. Beverley with the ball. And here's Jackson. You know, Greg, when you were in New York, you were on a super team of sorts. Compare that to the super teams they're forming now in the NBA.
Oh, we've always had super teams. And this misnomer that this is something that's just come about with this era is, to me, absurd. You've always had it. Whether the difference nowadays is I think the players have more say in where they go. And they can orchestrate how a team is constructed. But it's always existed. And the reality is this. You become a super team when you win a lot.
Sure.
And that's what really dictates how super your team is.
5 on the clock. Here's George. That one goes in for him, too, making it look easy. He's now 4 for 4.
Excellent offensive positioning from Paul George. Size, length, touch. Beautiful.
Jackson against Brunson. On the pass to Hardaway. Here's Powell. Cauley Stein trying to free himself up. Powell, that's good. Powell's got the lead up to 1 now for the Mavs.
And when you watch Hardaway shoot, one thing that stands out, he has a very quick release.
And Greg, that's what makes the jumper very tough to contest, especially when he's dialing it up from range. You have to stay connected to this guy defensively. It's not easy to do with the other weapons on this team.
And finished off by Wright.
Well, you want some unselfishness from a guy who's capable of scoring, and Tim Hardaway says, you know what, my teammate's open, I'm going to get him the ball.
Jackson dishes to Morris. On the wing, Jackson. Brunson covering. Here's Harrell. He kicks to George. Morris against Powell. Morris, no good. Dallas leading by 3. Great offensive performance they're putting on.
And guys, we call that the zone because that's where they are right now. They are in a zone, and I'm sure they feel unstoppable.
3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
And there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense. The Clippers haven't yet missed a free throw. 5 for 5. And no good on the technicals, so unable to pick that one up. And Paul George, Doris, kind of a late bloomer coming up in high school. His older sister used to give him the business on the blacktop. Of course, eventually, he found his stride, and the rest is history.
It took some encouraging from older sis and his high school coach, who actually had to threaten him with running suicides to get the guy to shoot more. And think about it. This guy plays his college basketball at mid-major Fresno State. That's really where he got onto the NBA radar.
Jermichael Green, he's checked in for Los Angeles. DeLon Wright, he's checked in for Dallas. Doncic passes to Porzingis, and the shot goes in.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. And DeLon Wright gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. 1:19 left to play in the first half. Williams dishes to Leonard. To end the cold streak, and it's Leonard with the jam.
Well, almost effortless there from Kawhi Leonard. The reach and leaping ability. Look out.
Wright finds Jackson. Back to Wright. Doncic left side. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Zubac. And it's out of bounds. The Mavericks able to retain possession here. And so here is Dallas. Only giving up 6 here in this quarter. Doncic. It's hauled in by Zubac.
Got to credit the defense. They found a way to stop him, and that's never an easy task.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
Going right to the rim, which is where you want transition opportunities to end.
Here's Doncic, and the dunk by Doncic.
How about the vision from the young Latvian Porzingis, showing he really can read the floor and capitalize.
Leonard looking around. Green kicks to Leonard over Jackson. Keeps it alive. It's good on the putback. Zubac has got his second bucket of the game to go.
Oh, how about the finesse there? Nice little gentle touch on the board.
And you know, when you have that gentle touch, those tip-ins are easy to come by.
What great defensive effort there from...
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to the first quarter for the Mavericks was fairly even. Their biggest deficit was 6 points in the open. And
we've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Paul George really making a difference here.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
Well, one of the things every player is after is efficiency at the offensive end. And boy, this young guy has done just that.
On the floor right now for the Mavericks. Inside of the 4 and the 5, Porzingis and Powell. Tim Hardaway Jr. out there with Luka Doncic. And it's Marjanovic in at the 3. And Doncic, here we go.
If he sees a lane to the rim, Doncic will capitalize. Nice drive.
Here's George. He's got 11. Shot clock at 5. Over in the corner, Zubac. Leonard kicks to George. Oh, good with the triple. Mavericks leading by 5.
And last year, Dallas gave Porzingis the contract he was looking for to the tune of $158 million.
And Greg, credit the Dallas organization for believing in Kristaps Porzingis' talent. And now credit Porzingis because you have to share shot attempts and usage with Luka Doncic. What has he done? He's concentrated on better rebounding, better rim protecting. This guy is all in on winning, and what a combination these two guys can be.
George passes to Zubac. Now Beverly. Shoots over Doncic, and it's Beverly missing. For Dallas, they've gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Looking at current NBA players, Greg, leaving aside the real star players, who would you love to have played with from this era?
Man, there's so many guys that, you know, and I hate to call them role players because they bring so much more to the table, but in reality, they got to fill some roles, right? And, you know, John Collins is a guy who's got great potential, a tremendous finisher around the rim. How about Robert Covington, a smooth shooter who defends his tail off? Davis Bertans, a deadly floor spacer who can put the ball down and create and make plays. So there's so many guys like that in the league that make a difference in determining whether your team can win or lose.
Boy, those are 3 names I don't know that I would have mentioned, so I'm glad you did. Here's Curry with the 3, and they will call over the back on the play.
An occasional over-the-back call is fine with him. That's just how he plays and how he attacks the glass.
They like to fly in at the last moment rather than establish position early.
Lou Williams is checked in for Los Angeles. Then for the Mavericks, Willie Cauley-Stein comes in for Porzingis. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Hardaway. Harrell finds Williams. A 3 from Leonard. A shot off that time. Dallas leading by 7. Cauley-Stein goes in.
Cauley-Stein, a tremendous athlete and a dynamic finisher.
LA has gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Leonard the pass to Harrell. To the middle. And Harrell slams it in.
He just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful 2-hand jam. And Cauley-Stein throws it down.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. Oh, and with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Outside Jackson, pass to Leonard. Now here's Jackson, kicks to Williams. From deep three-point range, the shot no good. For Dallas, they've gone 5 of 7 from the field in the third quarter. Let's see if they can keep it up. From 12 feet out, it's Curry. That time on the assist from Cauley-Stein. And now an 11-point Maverick lead. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
There's 57 seconds left in the third quarter. Harrell trying to free himself up. The rebound by Marjanovic. Marjanovic has got 4 rebounds in this game.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Here's Curry, shoots over Leonard. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
I love the aggressiveness of Seth Curry right there. Despite that frame, guys, he is not afraid of getting fouled.
Paul George, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Landry Shamet comes in for Jackson. Then for the Mavericks, Powell, he's checked in for Marjanovic. Porzingis is coming in for Cauley-Stein. And Doncic is subbed in for Jalen Brunson. Williams finds George. Back to Williams. The three. Powell pulls it in. Dallas leading by 13. Finney-Smith passes to Porzingis. Some nice passing here by Dallas. To the paint. Curry gets the bucket. Curry's got 6 points in the quarter.
I'll tell you, it's one thing to do this at home, another to do it in a hostile environment.
Boy, just sheer dominance, the ability to step into enemy territory and flat out take over. This is impressive.
No one near Curry as he lets it go. Good, and the assist goes to Doncic. Doncic has got 3 assists in the game. And so it's the Dallas Mavericks in command with a 16-point lead as the buzzer sounds. They've got their field goal. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver. And he did just that.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got, Shamet and George at the 2 and the 3. Ivica Zubac is out there with Harrell, and it's Beverly in at the point. Clippers trail by 16. Outside, George. And it's in. Basket number 6 for him thus far. He has only missed 2 shots from the floor.
What great body control from the all-star forward. Paul George, so skilled at keeping his composure under pressure.
And Doncic throws it down.
And this is what we've come to expect from this guy, right? Not only making a ton of shots, but being efficient while doing so.
George passes to Shamet. Harrell up top. Outside, George shoots the 3. Zubac controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Nice tip in there. I mean, he's got like a 6th sense in terms of where the miss is going to go. That is really a talent.
In the corner, Hardaway with it. Outside, Porzingis lays it up off the glass. And the Mavericks lead by 16.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Pass to Shamet. Beverly against Curry. George with no one around. That doesn't go either for George.
Well, he hasn't proven to be much of a floor spacer for them. He had the 1-3, but that was back in the first half.
Out to Porzingis. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Porzingis has got 4 this quarter.
I think you can see the strength that Porzingis has been developing over the early part of his career. That progress is showing up on a nightly basis.
Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
Well, the problem is they haven't gotten production from any other spot, but right now this guy is cooking.
Doncic outside. That one is good again. He's 6 for 8 from the floor with the basket.
Listen, this is becoming routine for Luka Doncic. This guy's a big-time scorer who can take over when he's ready.
Outside for George. And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here. That one goes. Count it.
A little artistry in the painted area, converting against the size.
Some guys just relish the challenge. Find a way, and he does.
Beverly against Doncic. Curry on the wing. And it's out of bounds to the Mavericks as Dallas retains possession. Morris is checked in for Montrezl Harrell. The Mavericks also with a sub. Marjanovic is checked in. Porzingis passes to Hardaway. 2 on the clock. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. And Los Angeles with some changes. Kawhi Leonard's checked in for Landry Shamet. Lou Williams is subbed in for Patrick Beverley. The Mavericks also with a sub. Curry's checked in. Now Williams. Outside, George. The 3. The rebound by Marjanovic. Marjanovic has got rebound number 5 here tonight.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for the Mavericks.
Starting 5 must have been happy to get so much help from the reserves in this game.
And they not only lightened the load, the subs did nothing less than guarantee a win.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Luka Doncic.
Boy, whatever was needed, he provided it. He was the jack of all trades. Big bucket on one end, big defensive play on the other. I thought his influence was felt all over the floor.
You know, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
And the first one at the line is good.
Now, you love the energy out there. Paul George is an extremely confident, extremely versatile player, and he brings a great level of activity to both ends.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Powell. Justin Jackson comes in for Porzingis. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Marjanovic. And Barea subbed in for Luka Doncic. Up top, Barea. And the rejection by Zubac. George passes to Patterson. Outside for George. Takes the 3. The Mavericks pull it in. They led by as many as 18 points. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. And that one is good from Zubac.
Well, deliver the pass where your teammate can do something with it. Nice.
Now the Mavericks with it. A 12-point game. Barea with it. He dishes it to Curry. Here's the 3. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. The 3 from George. Missed. So we see the Mavericks taking the win here. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg. Our cameras caught the Clippers arriving at their building and coming through the tunnel with a lot of style and confidence. The busy freeways of Los Angeles, a hallmark of this sprawling metropolis. We're coming to you from Southern California.
Kevin, thanks. Star players move around more than ever, it seems, but guys like Damian Lillard are emulating legends like Dirk Nowitzki, who stayed.
He stays working and stays true. David, thank you. The starters for the Portland Trail Blazers. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Trevor Ariza out there with Anthony, and it's Nurkic in at the center position. And for Los Angeles, Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Leonard in at the 3 spot.
Well, if you go to Lehigh, of course, you're going to make smart plays. McCollum good at sensing when his man was going to be wide open.
Zubac the pass to George. Good D by McCollum.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
Shots good by Anthony. Plenty of experience, Greg, on the floor tonight. How does that shape what we're about to see, do you think?
You know, Kevin, this is one of those games where guys are going to be smart out on the floor. They're going to be in the right positions to make plays. And honestly, this could come down to who makes the bigger, tougher shots. Love the determination he showed there, getting himself into good position under the glass.
With the presence of mind to know just where the rebound was going to come down. Well timed. Morris kicks to Zubac. Leonard the pass to Zubac, and that one is good.
Good awareness there from Kawhi, waiting for his teammate to break free and then finds him.
Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Down low. And here's McCollum for 3. It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing. Just 5 on the clock. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
And last year showed that there's still a place in the NBA for a guy like Melo. Mostly a mid-range shooter in the league that has turned away from that. But buckets are buckets, and Melo can still light it up.
Well, Carmelo Anthony was out of the NBA for about a year, calendar-wise. Greg, were you surprised it took him so long to get a look and get back in the NBA?
Kevin, I wasn't shocked, but absolutely I was surprised. I mean, it was always going to take the right fit for Melo and the right team. And in this case, it was the Blazers. But Melo showed he has legs left in the league and can still be a positive.
Outside Leonard. Pass to Zubac. 5 on the clock. Back to Leonard. Takes it from 10. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him.
Well, being aggressive in the painted area, you love the attacking element that Kawhi Leonard brings to the game.
And it's set back by Leonard. For Los Angeles, they've gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Here's George. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
Well, it's the golden age of point guards, and Patrick Beverley trying to show that he belongs amongst them. Great awareness on that play.
Here's Lillard. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
To the inside, here's Anthony, and he uses the glass on the layup. Anthony's got 5 points so far.
That's right on the money from Lillard. That's how you finish a possession.
Outside, George. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
This is his first free throw of the game.
With Paul George, it's pretty awesome. You get the whole package. You get great scoring. You get good playmaking and rebounding. You get a defender with active hands. And there's a lot of things about Paul George that can elevate everything you do to have great team success.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for Zubac. Green comes in for Morris. Landry Shamet's checked in for Leonard. And it's Williams in for Patrick Beverley. Harrell with it. He's picked up by Whiteside. Shamet the pass to Green. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
Got to hold firm or you're going to get a call.
And that was a great replay we just saw of our Mobile One block.
Some intimidation right away. Got to show those shooters you're going to be there all night long.
And the Clippers making a change here. Jackson's checked in. Hood, the pass to Whiteside. Back to Hood. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. And so here's Portland. Passes it to Little. The feed to Hood. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
You got to remember, Rodney Hood, 6'8", so he has the size needed to be a factor on the inside if he stays aggressive.
Jackson kicks to Shamet. Jackson passes to Williams. Puts it up. Portland grabs the miss.
That might not be the shot they want him taking, even with the D backing off.
Trent gets the bucket.
Such a critical part of how their offense is going to flow. Things are only working when he seems to be on the floor.
The pass to Green. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time.
That's the efficiency you want to see from Jackson, using his poise and vision to make a play.
And there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time. 15 seconds left to play here in the first. Williams finds Jackson. Back to Williams. Outside Jackson. Pass to Harrell. Outside for Jackson. He got it up. And that one released in time, but no good. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Trailblazers lead by 3. Just catching up with Montrezl Harrell, we mentioned his activity level, and
that's where I put really a lot of passion.
Greg, I know you agree. Few guys bring his brand of intensity.
And he's added skills. He's a threat to score on the blocks. He passes out of double teams. Harrell's one of the more improved players over the last few years.
And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. What stands out to you guys from the Trailblazers so far in this one?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Yeah, you don't see that all that often, getting down there and doing that much damage in a quarter. You got to respect the game plan.
On the floor for Portland, Collins is out there with Whiteside. Then it's Little. Then it's Rodney Hood. And it's Trent in at the point. Williams kicks to Shamet.
He may not be the strongest inside presence in the league, but still, he's got to convert from there.
From 12 feet out, it's not going to go for him. The Clippers go the other way with it, and they're moving it up. Trips down the breakaway slam.
We'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Well, you can tell they really want to increase this lead. They can't keep letting them take it from them.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Here's Williams off the left rim and out.
Now that's just enough defensive pressure on him to throw off that shot. I bet he gets a good look at it next time and hits it.
A 3-time Sixth Man of the Year. Last season, Lou Williams named his newborn son 6 in honor of his success in that role.
We talk a lot about the Mount Rushmore of the game's greatest players. Maybe we can start to chisel out the 6th men of the year in the NBA. Lou Williams would have to get some serious consideration for that monument.
Here's Whiteside, and the jam by Whiteside.
Well, I would say that's as high percentage as you're going to get from Hassan Whiteside. He really takes off on those dunks.
Inside, Harrell dishes to Green. Stolen by Collins. Outside Hood. Passed a little. Wants to get it back to Whiteside and does. Trent can't hit.
I think he rushed that one just a little bit, thinking the defense was going to get close. They weren't.
Shamet the pass to Green, and it's Green with the jam.
The defense so concerned with Shamet and his shot-making ability, he makes the play that time.
Portland leading by 3. Whiteside inside. He's against Green and out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession. A platoon swap here for the Clippers. And so Beverly will bring it up for Los Angeles. Basket counts. Beverly's got his first points in this one.
That's a pretty impressive finish for Montrezl Harrell.
Here's Anthony. Here's Ariza. That's in there. Anthony with the assist. And the Trailblazers lead by 3.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
George with no one around. Can't tie it up as that one misses. For Portland, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. Here's McCollum. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. Now it's a 5-point Trailblazer lead. Outside Leonard. 1:21 left in the second quarter. Here's Zubac, and he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
Just a grinder, always doing the dirty work on the offensive glass, and that's one of the things he brings to the table.
And the Croatian big man, Ivica Zubac, a big hip-hop fan. His teammates call him Zupac.
It's amazing that he was traded from the Lakers to the Clippers, so still home games here at Staples Center. So weird. Sometimes when you get that much time, it can throw you off just as much as having no time.
Leonard with the bucket.
Any possession that ends in a shot from that range after good player and ball movement, that's a good one.
McCollum dishes to Ariza. Back to Nurkic. Portland moving the ball around. Anthony, no one around. Great look, but off the mark. And now the fast break. George with the ball. Wow, hammering it in.
Paul George dunk contest? Maybe it's a little low, but I love to see him get up.
Very little resistance against that throwdown.
Nope, not what they want to see in a game this close, Greg.
On one side, inspiration. On the other, devastation.
Leonard inside. Ariza covering. He gets it in there. Leonard's got 4 points in the quarter.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Floats it up there for Nurkic. Stolen by Zubac. And now the Clippers on the break. Leonard with the ball. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. That one is on Ariza.
With those long arms and with the high release point, Leonard is practically daring you to foul him.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
A great player on a great role at the charity stripe. The D has got to be careful about being too aggressive on him and sending him back for freebies. Can't talk enough about the subtleties in that setup right there. The assist, really the key to that entire sequence.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure. Kawhi Leonard has been on display for the LA Clippers. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you back here on our halftime show. Well, a pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. They didn't get more than a one-possession lead in the period. That's all for now. Say goodbye to the folks. Thanks for joining us. Third quarter, just about ready to begin.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
We've got Patrick Beverley. Ivica Zubac is out there with Marcus Morris. Then there's Kawhi Leonard, and it's George in at the 2 spot. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers.
George is not settling for low percentage plays right now. He's putting the defense in a really tough position.
Back to Lillard. Morris with the rebound. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Morris. Paul George with the steal. And here we go. Beverley heading to the hoop. Tries again. Out to Morris. Back to George. 6 to shoot. Launches a 3. A three-pointer is right on target. George has got the lead up to 9 now for the Clippers. Greg, 11 years for you in the NBA. You had to have some favorite players that you played besides and with.
You know, it's a great call, and there were a ton of them. A few guys, though, Wilson. Gary Payton, I got a chance to play with Gary for a year and have known him. We used to go at it in high school. And it's really about his personality. This is a guy that constant chatter, practice on the court. That's what fed his confidence. Charles Oakley, another guy. He would run through a wall or through you to win a game. And then Scottie Pippen later in my career, just a winner and somebody who I competed against for many years, but then having the opportunity to play with up close, I got a greater appreciation for his skill set.
Nurkic finds Ariza. Now McCollum to the paint. Anthony, the pass to Lillard. And that one drops for him. Lillard's got his second basket.
That's an attack mindset from Lillard. We know he loves the 3, but fully confident getting inside and has the ability to score there.
Here's George. And good that time. George has got the lead back up to 9 now for Los Angeles.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. Anthony kicks to McCollum. Back to Anthony. He feeds it to Nurkic. Lillard outside. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. So for the Clippers, Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for Zubac. Williams comes in for George. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Patrick Beverley. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Williams looking around. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Williams has got his first bucket in this one.
Although he's a little bit smaller, Lou Williams does not deter himself from getting inside and scoring over the top of the trees.
Lou Williams, so crafty, GA. Just a knack for putting the ball in the basket.
This guy just has the gift. I mean, it's been that way forever. He is just a born scorer.
And here's Leonard from 3. And it's Whiteside with the rebound. Whiteside's got his 6th rebound on the night. And stolen by Harrell. Here's Leonard. Gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5-for-8 clip.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
And the rejection by Harrell. Passes it to Trent, and too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
And to make that mistake at this time is tough to come back from.
Well, not making things easier on themselves right now, that's for sure.
Landry Shamet's checked in for Marcus Morris. Little, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. Down low, Harrell, and Harrell slams it in.
This is what happens when you put the hard work in, as Harrell is impacting the game.
Poked loose. Shamet with the steal. And now the Clippers on the break. An easy 2 points on the layup. And the Clippers lead by 15.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Deep 2 from Anthony. Misses off the right eye. Here's Los Angeles now. They're on a 17-6 run. Leonard. A shot. No good. Good work defensively by Anthony. Trent passes to Whiteside. Out to Anthony. 32 seconds left in the third. Oh, and here we go. Jackson, nobody back. And that one, good. Jackson's got 4 points in the quarter.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
To the wing on the left. Here's Lillard, and Lillard throws it down.
Well, he can shoot the three, so defenses have to go out and overplay him, and that's what creates lanes for him to do stuff like that.
Back to Williams. Uncovered. Portland grabs the miss. Whiteside's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Back to Anthony. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And so it's Los Angeles. Their lead at 15 going into the break. They've had such great ball movement and shot selection, and it's led to a terrific field goal percentage. And we'll be back with you shortly. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
Sometimes it happens when the offense is struggling, but every now and then this helps with the offensive uptick right there. Great job of setting his teammate up.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. On the court for the Trailblazers, they've got Anthony. He's out there with Nurkic. C.J. McCollum out there with Trevor Ariza. And it's Trent in at the 2-guard.
Nice pass there to set that basket up.
To the inside. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
Nurkic getting more and more comfortable at finding the open men on this team.
The drive by Jackson. There's the pass to Shamet. They get it back. Harrell. It's stolen by Ariza. Anthony up on top. He's covered by Shamet. And stolen by Harrell. Here's Williams. Second shot opportunity. Nobody near Leonard. And a miss there on the triple.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
And the rejection by Harrell. The shot. And Williams gets it to go on the assist from Jackson. Williams has got 4 points this quarter.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively. And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
You have to credit the aggressiveness offensively because that's when you make a play when you really need it.
Leonard attacking. Chalk up 2 there.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
McCollum finds Ariza. Back to McCollum. He drains the quick shot.
How about the experience paying off here as Ariza excellent at noticing that his man was wide open.
Outside Williams. He dishes it to Harrell. That one goes in. And the Clippers lead by 17.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points.
McCollum outside. And some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. It's McCollum on the wing. Shot clock at 6. Ariza passes to Nurkic. And here is Shamet. Leonard with the ball. He's picked up by Ariza. Harrell, that's good. Greg, is a broadcaster. Who have been some of your favorite personalities to cover?
Man, that's a great question. You know, most of the stars, I'm a big fan of Durant and Steph and LeBron and those guys. Chris Paul's another one that's a favorite.
So many of the guys, you know, there's so much more personality and so much more confidence these guys have working in front of the camera. I think that just makes for a better experience.
Somebody asked me the other day, who was my favorite? You know who I said?
Who was that?
Greg Anthony.
Oh, you're just saying that because it's true.
It's McCollum on the wing. Ariza outside. It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing. That's tipped. Los Angeles leading by 19.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Clippers.
And it may be a comfortable win for him, but, you know, they had to weather a few storms along the way, and that's all part of the story.
Yeah, Kevin, this was by no means the runaway that it might appear to be. It was a scrappy performance, though, all the way through.
And, you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Leonard.
Just does a great job of looking for space and then finding it. That's taking advantage of what the defense is giving you. Well, Picasso couldn't have drawn that up any better. Perfect execution off the inbounds.
Williams kicks to Shamet. Shoots it. No good off the back of the rim. Trailblazers have gone 6 of 11 since the start of the fourth quarter. To the middle. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Here's Trent. And he makes good on the layup.
Melo good at scanning the entire floor, and that's why that time he found the open teammate.
Jackson looking around. Dishes it to Leonard. It's stolen by Anthony. And here comes Ariza leading the fast break. Good work there as it goes.
Well, at this point, they're just trying to get back in sync. You want to play a good brand of basketball.
Consistency definitely is a key to some of the playoff performing teams, and tonight they just did not find it in this contest.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Magruder. No good on the shot, a bit long that time. Hezonja on the wing. Back to Anthony. Off target at the rim. And out of bounds as the Trailblazers gain possession.
Blazers ball. Hassan Whiteside.
So the Clippers winning this one easily. Some good competition, but the home. All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. The Brooklyn Nets coming into the building and looking sharp, and they hope.
Kevin, thanks very much.
All right, David, thank you. So the Nets starting 5. Durant plays the 4 with Allen at center. Then there's Karis LeVert. Then it's Kyrie Irving, and it's Dinwiddie in at the shooting guard position. And for the Clippers, Ivica Zubac is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard, and it's Beverly in at the point guard.
And with Kevin Durant recovering from the Achilles injury, glad we get to see one of the all-time greats back in action.
No doubt, Greg. And KD is trying to navigate his way through one of the most difficult injuries a basketball player can face. But we know unequivocally this man will go down as one of the elite scorers in NBA history. That combination of size and shooting is truly something to behold.
Now, here is George. Just 5 to shoot. Leonard against LeVert. And it's Leonard missing.
Listen, he knows he should have made that shot. We'll see if they can work it back to him in that same area.
And it's LeVert missing.
It's all about the defense right there. Without that level of activity, he probably scores it.
And it's Leonard missing. It's stolen by Morris. Outside for George. Over in the corner, Beverly. George with the ball. A second chance effort. Leonard with no one around. Another miss by Leonard.
Well, conversions have been a problem. 0 for 4.
Here's Irving. Rebound by the Clippers. And George, here we go. And it's George finishing it off.
How about Paul George? Puts it on the deck, uses that explosive quickness. This guy is really hard to contain.
Morris against KD. He's off on that one. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. And stolen by Kyrie Irving. Inside. Here's Allen. Outside for Durant. And a wide open look for Irving. And again, no good by Brooklyn.
Yeah, slow start right now. 5 straight misses to get this one going.
And Leonard gets it to go.
This is a small forward who, because he's 230 pounds, can hold his own down in the low post. That is nicely done.
That one, no good for Brooklyn. They've gone 0-5 here to start the game. Rough start for them.
No hesitation at all on the alley-oop. Saw his teammate with a path to the hoop, and bang, lobbed it right up there for him to finish.
And he was ready for it when he elevated and made the catch. Outside, George. Up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field. And Greg, you play with some big personalities. Talk about the best way to manage egos and conflicts in the locker room. That's a very interesting topic.
No doubt about it. You know, Kev, first thing you learn from middle school on, your team is your family. And let's face it, all families have spats, and so do teams. You just learn to never personalize those things. Never leave any stone unturned. Like, don't let things fester. When there are issues, you address them. And if you're not taking things personally, you tend to be able to work through whatever issues you may come in front of.
Good advice.
Well, Paul George is not just a gifted perimeter shooter. That touch on the interior is impressive.
Here's Irving. Falls through. He's now made 2 of 4.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
They know that if this guy goes off, their chances of winning rise exponentially.
Now, here's George. 6 points for him. Outside, Leonard fires the 3. Allen with the rebound. Allen's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
Boy, a really tough quarter for this guy. Just struggling to make shots right now.
Quick job of getting up the floor and creating early offense.
You don't give the defense any chance to set up. Sometimes you just love an easy look.
Here's Beverly. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. George looking over the floor. Down to 5 on the shot clock.
Boy, bodying up there, making sure to get position. That's really nice rebounding technique.
That one good for 2.
Boy, you can really see the playmaking evolving. When Karis LeVert is hitting wide open teammates, it shows how special he can be.
And now here's Durant, the fast break opportunity. And there's the foul to try to stop the break, and that'll be a clear path to the basket. 2 free throws coming up, and they'll retain possession. Brooklyn shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
In the season ago, they hit about 75% of their free throws.
This is what makes him a challenge to stop. He will beat you from the floor, and he can also beat you from the line.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. A nice shot by Harris.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Jackson passes to Harrell. Now Shaman. Outside Williams. A pass to Harrell. Back to Williams. Lets it go from the baseline and nails it.
This guy is such a quick decision maker. Lou Williams with the catch and shoot jumper.
Here's Durant. Doesn't go that time. And so it's Kevin Durant making headlines and highlights for the Brooklyn Nets. He now. And it seems like players are constantly changing teams.
As a team, as a unit, as a roster, we've had a lot.
Greg Dinwiddie, one of those players who seems to adapt to any situation.
I mean, he's versatile, total team player, will do whatever is asked of him. He's really emerged after being picked in the 2nd round a few years ago.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And from Brooklyn guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
And we know this. Every team in the league now seems to be looking to play with pace.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the 2nd quarter. So for Brooklyn now, inside we got Prince and Jordan. Luwawu is out there with Irving, and it's Harris in at the small forward.
And the ability to convert with bodies around you so significant. Lou Williams. You think about Lou Williams and finding his way and finding himself with the Los Angeles Clippers. He's played for 1/5 of the teams in the league. He always felt overlooked, underappreciated, but certainly he's found his niche here.
Here's Jackson after the basket by Brooklyn. Outside Williams. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Williams has got 6. Well, Doris, in the past, some regarded Lou Williams as a lackluster defender. Didn't want to lift weights. You know, had kind of an interesting reputation. He bounced around the league, as we know, quite a bit. He's played for a lot of different teams.
Right. I mean, think about his early association with Allen Iverson, the great Allen Iverson. He's succeeded on his own terms, right? Both of them comfortable in their own skin, able to do some amazing things on the court.
Back to Williams. Score the basket. His 4th. He's only missed 1 of his 5 shots tonight.
And their shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
Here's Irving. Another miss by Irving.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
I think expect them to go back to it, because that's the kind of shot this offense is designed to generate.
Here's Jordan, and DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Well, DeAndre Jordan, though he's in his 30s, that intensity, that energy level, boy, it never seems to diminish.
Poked away and stolen by Jordan. Oh, and a fast break for the Nets. Irving's shot is good. And now it's an 8-point Nets lead.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's his first foul. And Los Angeles with some changes. Marcus Morris comes in for Jermichael Green, and it's Leonard in for Lou Williams. And then for Brooklyn, LeVert's checked in for Luwawu. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Kyrie Irving. Patrick Beverley, he's checked in for the Clippers. Allen's checked in for Brooklyn. Durant comes in for Taurean Prince. Well, it seems like every year, Greg, we see some incredible new players come to the NBA, and they are welcome with open arms. Their style of play is so terrific.
No doubt about it. You know, guys like Ja Morant, I think he's got a chance to be one of the greats. And any list about the future of the NBA has to include Luka Doncic. I don't know if there's a better basketball talent than that young man. And, you know, let's not forget about Devin Booker out in Phoenix as well. A terrific, terrific player.
3 terrific kids, you're right. Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Montrezl Harrell. And Paul George is subbed in for Landry Shamet. George, it's good from the top of the key. George has got 8 points.
Yeah, Patrick Beverley making it easy for his teammate to score.
It's LeVert on the wing. Kicks it out to Dinwiddie. Looking for LeVert. He gets it there. Can't cash in on the 10-foot jumper. And it's Leonard with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. They trail by 3.
Don't you love how LeVert looks for his guys? Totally unselfish, does whatever it takes to get the win.
George passes to Morris. And stolen by Harris. To the inside. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Here's Morris. That shot off. Excellent D there from Allen. And here comes Harris leading the fast break. And then Durant with the jam.
We so often identify Joe Harris as strictly a shooter, but this guy, he is a tremendous passer as well.
And the call will be against Harris. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And that's foul number 2. And maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another before half.
Now here's Beverly. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Shot clock at 6.
Cooling off a bit after a nice first quarter.
He can't get it to go. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. And then Durant with the jam.
Boy, you cannot let Kevin Durant have that much room to take off. This guy is tremendous as an alley-oop finisher.
Yeah, field goal percentage above 50 now. Their offense is starting to show.
It's LeVert on the wing. Back to Harris. Here's Allen. Good, and Harris gets the assist. Allen's got the lead back up to 9 now for Brooklyn.
Well, you like to see Jared Allen play to his strength. Just terrific at cashing in on the...
Thank you, David, and we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K. It's Brooklyn out in front at the half. They have a 9-point lead. And over to... And that'll...
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. We've seen Kevin Durant really having a great game.
And the way he goes at defenders, he is bound to get to the line just like he did there in that first half.
I have to love his tenacity. This guy stays in attack mode, makes defenders work, tries to keep them off balance.
We've got Patrick Beverley. Morris is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Paul George, and it's Leonard in at the small forward. That's who's out there for the Clippers.
Paul George will force you to stay balanced defensively because if you have a miscue, he will find the open guy.
It's the Nets now after the Clippers pick up 2. A nice shot by Irving.
This guy a tough cover for any defender. Creative and assertive scoring the ball.
George with the ball. And Allen picks him up defensively. It's good, and the Brooklyn lead is cut down now to just 7 on the bucket from George. Pass to KD. It's stolen by Morris. And here we go. Back to Zubac. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Zubac has got his second basket of the game.
And really just unselfish basketball on the interior. That's the kind of pass a coach loves to see.
Here's Irving. Allen trying to break free. A nice shot by Irving.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim. And Doris, last season for Kyrie Irving, really one of waiting. No Durant on the year to play off of, and then Kyrie's season with the Nets was cut short due to injury.
Well, second surgery for Irving in the last 3 years. We obviously hope he and KD can stay healthy and try to revitalize this Nets organization. Irving is so excited about being on the court. The NBA misses him when he's not playing. Let's hope he stays healthy.
And slam dunk by Allen.
Okay, Kevin Durant scanning the floor, looking for opportunities. Make your teammates feel good. Nice.
George passes to Zubac. Looking for George. He gets it there. And it's George finishing it off.
And now this game's taken on a whole new feel since halftime.
What energy we're seeing. Something has lit a fire under both of these teams.
Now, here is Irving. He's got 14. And he gets it to go. Irving's got 16 points.
Brilliant second half start. 4 for 4 from the field. Can't ask for any better.
Dinwiddie against George. Here's Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
Nice there, getting the reverse. Love that. And the fans got a little bit of a show there.
Guys, that one definitely had a little something extra on it. Now here's Durant. He's got 12. And staying with the play, Allen. And the Nets lead by 7.
Well, so often we're talking about Jared Allen's length, and he does it nicely on the offensive glass right there.
Leonard looking over the floor. Shoots over LeVert. Oh, and that one had the right spit on it, and it is good. 6 points for him.
Listen, he hits that shot on a regular basis. Give credit to the offense for getting him a clean look.
It's good.
Now, this is yet another example of the growth of Karis LeVert. You almost have to have that floater game in your arsenal.
Leonard the pass to George. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. To the paint. Beverly finds Zubac. And it's sent back by Allen. And here we go. Here's Durant over Morris. Dinwiddie right side. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Yeah, how about the body control on that one? Narrowly misses getting the deuce.
It's his first trip to the line.
And Doris, make no mistake about it. Spencer Dinwiddie is looking to score. An instant offense type of player.
And Spencer Dinwiddie knows what his role is, and he plays it perfectly. He can go a little hot and cold for stretches, but he doesn't let it affect him. Dinwiddie's always going to provide that offensive punch that's so critical for you.
Now here's Harrell. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Williams, that's good.
You've got to respect the range of Lou Williams. This guy is a threat to score from anywhere.
Down low. Here's Jordan. And again, it's the Nets missing.
My goodness, how about that miss? I mean, that's 2 easy points that they've just given away.
Offensive rebound. Outside for Jackson. Shamet up top. Guarded by Prince. Jackson from long range. It's hauled in by DeAndre Jordan. And he bangs it home with one hand.
What a pretty look. DeAndre Jordan, to have that kind of touch on your passing, such a quality piece for a big man.
Pass to Jackson. Outside Williams. Beyond the arc. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And so it's Brooklyn holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. What a defensive effort. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
You love the unselfishness, finding the best look, and it doesn't matter who's taking it.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. On the court for the Nets, getting the fourth quarter going. On the perimeter, Harris and Prince. DeAndre Jordan is out there with Jared Allen. And it's Dinwiddie in at the point. 5 to shoot. Here's Jordan. That one drops for him. Jordan's got the lead up to 10 now for the Nets.
When you watch Taurean Prince play, you know it's about team. This guy finds the open man and loves delivering it.
Here's Jackson. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Passes to Prince. Harris outside. And there's the pass to Allen. Inside, Prince. And the layup is good. And the Nets lead by 10.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
Outside Leonard. Pass to Shamet. Excellent D there from Allen. Brooklyn leading by 10. Pass to Harris. The Nets working the ball around now. Now here's Prince. Passes it to Jordan. Harris against Jackson. Harris kicks to Jordan. And the dunk by Jordan.
When you think that this guy was so raw and so skinny coming into the league, now DeAndre Jordan brushing off these challenges with ease.
Williams passes to Leonard. And it's Leonard with the jam.
You love how each side has risen to the challenge throughout this one.
I'll tell you, we have seen great execution from both teams. Neither one giving an inch here.
Clippers trail by 10. It's deflected. He feeds it to Jackson. Takes it out to Leonard for three. Rebounded by the Nets. And there's the foul. And it's on Taurean Prince. That's his first foul. So for the Clippers, Zubac is checked in for Harrell. Morris comes in for Landry Shamet. And it's Paul George in for Reggie Jackson. The Nets also changing it up. Kevin Durant, he's checked in for Jordan. Karis LeVert comes in for Taurean Prince. And Kyrie Irving subbed in for Harris.
Well, almost effortless there from Kawhi Leonard. The reach and leaping ability. Look out.
LeVert with a wide open look. And again, no good by Brooklyn. At the elbow, it's Allen. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Marcus Morris picks one up there.
Well, think about Mr. Jared Allen. He was not the first family member to get picked in the NBA draft. Let's remember his dad taken by Dallas in the famous 1985 draft. His dad, however, would go on to have a playing career in Europe.
Irving against Williams. And there's 1:45 left to play in the final quarter. Leonard, the pass to Zubac. And it's sent back by Allen.
Jared Allen twice on the pipe. Send it back, young sir.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. Leonard with the steal. He gets that one.
Kawhi Leonard's length and shot-making ability on the interior is problematic for the defense.
It's LeVert on the wing. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. And the Nets lead by 9.
And I don't care how far from the bucket he is. You've got to have a man on him. He's just too good from deep.
He drops the first one, and that brings them within 8.
Well, Lou Williams has talked openly about the fact that because he's come off the bench most of his career, it has probably extended and lengthened that career. Interesting stuff.
Irving against George. Irving's shot is good.
I love that Kyrie Irving doesn't settle for something on the perimeter. He goes right to the cup.
Outside Williams. He kicks it to George. And contact on the shot. And so the coach's challenge here comes into play. The coach protesting the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Here's Allen. That shot missing. Great D that time from Leonard. They can score it here, but it won't mean much.
Kevin, turn out the lights. This party's over.
It might be. And an intentional foul right there. Gets the first. That stretches their lead to 8.
I think you know that Kyrie Irving has such great love and passion for the game of basketball. This guy is on fire to get better. Well, you love a guy who gets himself to the line, takes his time, and makes the free throws. Complete professional.
George passes to Williams. Here's Leonard. Clippers moving the ball around. Stolen by Allen. Now LeVert. It's in.
Well, they knew it would be a hostile environment, and they rose to the